Hi, my name is Abolisher of Worry, Annihilator of Fear, Remover of the scales on the eyes of who want to see, feel, and become love. The unconditional love that exists in you, as you not separate from you not separate from your power, grace, beauty, peacefulness, letting go of all religiousness and all the icons and all the bravery and skill to be devoted to someone else. My name is Love in Two Shoes Cottingham this day, asking you to be Love in Two Shoes with your name on your forehead, creating the propulsion system of an energy, no longer a faith, but tangible love that resists love no more, for us all to become love. Lovers of love in two shoes. Lovers of love, not restricting each other to earth. Or is the mind encompassing something else? Or are we encompassed in a mind? Are we in a magnetic field that destroys our ions, our meons, MEONS? You see, I, Theodore, I teach meonics, a name for a comprehensive, coherent, constructive, creative force of unconditional love, where you begin to abolish worry. You begin to abolish what you worry about, not what you worry about, but you let a lot of things go on without trying to intervene or control or manifest your intent to have your desired outcome be the result. So there's a lot of things you worry about that you begin now to learn. You have the power to overcome worry. So worry will no longer make you its servant. And all the purveyors of fear will no longer get into your head. You will be able to know things without worrying about them, without creating a force of compulsion. Based on fear, based on lack. I bring peace to this world, not. You do, who will hear my message and become it. No longer the purveyor of someone else's thought. My creation is religion, not my creation of you is no longer you separate from you, the creator of you. Or were you the creator of you? Or were you my message, or am I no longer your creation that tells me I'm a heretic, fool, blasphemer? What if I'm Love in Two Shoes calling you Love in Two Shoes to be Love in Two Shoes to each other this day in unlimited form, fashion, and one, tangible and none, coming through the visible energy of you to you, in your mirror, in your heart, your mind, your face, relaxing, wearing what you want to wear, being who you really are, no longer seeking a place of refuge to feel safe. I'm asking you to create the creator this day. The creator who begins to be open to the revelation of creation, the revelation of the creator, the revelation of the creator mind that you no longer separate your mind from. So the mind of unconditional love begins to communicate with you. Preconditions, prerequisites, knowledge, willingness, humility. Sprinkle in some fearlessness. Add a dash of worry extractor. I choose you this day to choose you to be no longer under a man or religion or any system of this world that dominates you, your mind, or that constricts your love for each other, bar none. Do not bar anyone from your love. Let love flow this day, and love love. We're learning to love. We're learning to sew each other's wings on again and be people of light, love, and peace. We're becoming immaterialized, not again, or are we? But no longer intangible to the things that matter, or are we only tangible in the things that don't matter, or actually produce matter in molecular form? I asked some funny questions. Are you willing to see what I see? Are you willing to say what I say? Are you willing to be I am, that the I am is you? The I am, the creator of unconditional love. Not love that gives you a list of demands, commands, threatens you with retribution, vengeance, eternal damnation. Learning to grow up out of fear. You see, we have been trained, we have been so fertile for the messages of other people that acted with authority, especially if they were persuasive, eloquent in their presentation, had a white collar on or a robe, that you could only come into their presence bowing, subservient, all of the riddles of mankind's mind will no more ridicule us. For those conflicts will not be created by our adversaries, because our adversaries will no more be created by religion. For religion will no more create the adversaries that supposedly we fight against, whether flesh and blood or not. Are you willing to see the power of the real you this day, and no longer let the barking dogs destroy your confidence, your concentration, your mind's power, the power of your mind, the power of your creation? You see, much will be said about him who is not, but she who is me, and I am one. I am one of many ones, and one, I ask you, invite you this day to see your power of love in two shoes. That's you, the power of unconditional love that changes this world, that is no longer misogynistic, no longer have a hatred for people of any color, ethnicity, origin, or belief system. Love, unconditional love, is manifest in the earth today. Materializing. The molecules are coming together to be heard, seen, witnessed, felt, told, authoring new ways, creatorship, creating creators, molecules, neutrons, protons, electrons, neons. You see, I teach meonics. And I ramble for a reason. Or do I channel? Or am I channeling? What am I channeling? Power. I channel an energy because I don't know a better word. I don't have a better word for that at the moment. A creative force, a creative source, not limited to your words or your eyes or your humanity or your gender preference or what you think of God, devil, demons. We really have been taught to be feeble. We've been taught to worry. We've been taught, you see, we've been taught we are in conflict. With what? Conflict with the devil. We're in a war. War. We are in a war. Oh my gosh. Yeah, between God and the devil. Between good and evil, we're in a war. And oh, those people are good and those are evil. You know, we're to help them and blow them up, shun them, limit them, starve them over there. Let's annihilate people that we don't like. That's the mind that's been cultivated in us. The mind of brutality, the mind of unlove, the mind of hatred. And religion breeds it by breathing into us words of separation that create images, that create actions and responses and behavior of little people who are so shallow, who don't think for themselves, who don't realize they are the creator of what they see in their mirror. The revelation of creation. The core revelation in the school of creation is that you are the creator of you. You can accept the belief. You can adopt the words that control your thinking and your mind and abdicate your ability of your creativity if you want to. But my friend, we are all creators. We have created ourselves. We have created this mess because we wanted to be our own creation. We designed it. We designed the force field to keep us in the magnetic frame of reference and create situations to be brutal with each other, to simply keep our mind at war, to keep our mind active, to be a force for our source. We have been prodigals in our own backyard. Prodigal sons going to a far-off place, squandering our inheritance in our own shell, our own skin, our own creation. Squandering it, teaching each other to be squeamish and squall, squawk, gawk. Bestializing each other, demonizing each other, because we thought we were finite. We've been taught we were finite. We've been taught, oh, get all the gusto you can while you can. Live life while you can. Enjoy the days of your youth. You're going to be old and decrepit and dead soon. But I tell you what, there are people that are coming alive in the love of the Creator being them. And you are going to see in your lifetime, I suggest to you, the great majority of you, people who have been limited, weak, undervalued, not valued at all, cast off as useless to society, in rocking chairs, laying on beds as invalids. Come out now. Come off their beds. Come out of their rocking chairs. Throw their walkers away because they become no longer the creator of who they have been. You are not powerless. I love you, and I love your love if you will love each other equally and begin to love and act upon your love and let your love flow. Let your love teach you. Teach you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Will you be the knowledgeable? Or do you just want the power, the glory, the ratification? You just want to be inaugurated as coronated with your own crown. Your crown of your neurons, the emeralds, gold, and diamonds, to reflect your position, power, as you create you in separation so that you can die or have power over other people to condemn them, throw them into the eternal furnace. What's that little verse? There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but in the end are the ways of death. Why do you yield to death so willingly? Because we have been taught. We have been taught we are underpowered. No, we've been taught we have no power. We've been taught all power comes from God. We've been taught all good things from God. God somewhere afar off, somewhere, who rarely listens and never speaks to us, if ever. God may not speak with you. God may not teach you to raise the dead, feed the 5,000, but unconditional love will. Unconditional love is not finite. Unconditional love does not restrict you. Unconditional love does not worry. Unconditional love bears no grudge. No hate exists in the world of unconditional love. Because the magnetic field no longer works on the axis of your duality. Good, evil, polar opposites, conflict. Conflict produces energy instead of lethargy. Conflict produces motion, turmoil, news, rather than being passive, just being a spectator. Everyone all across time. The controllers want to control your mind, want to control what you know. But you, my friend, have found a resource of knowledge that no one else can restrict or constrict or corrupt or encrypt so that you can't decipher it. Every one of you, my friend. Unlimited knowledge. And it's not something you can learn. Hear me well, this is crucial to Meonics. What I teach, you cannot learn. What I teach, you can become. You become it in your shoes. The real me that in fact is the real you, where you begin to see me on, not me off. Me, no longer a spectator. Me, the leader. Me, that's you, with your name right here, where you're not afraid to walk into a room of people, rich and poor, who you don't know, affluent or not, powerful or not, elected or not, and love them. Just be you, the confident you. I'm asking you to create confidence this day in you, not the world system. I'm inviting you to withdraw your power from conflict and no longer fuel the conflict. I'm asking you to see the beauty of the real you. whether you have a beard or not, whether you're gay, straight, or no matter what label you wear, prefer, no matter what you've been taught. I'm asking you to learn to let love, that is unconditional love, not religious love. Religious love is completely conditional, keeps track of every thought, critical of your every move, makes you question everything, makes you question your confidence, makes you question your creation, your creator, and does anything to prevent you from knowing who you are. But we are coming together. We are coming together in an unconditional love. Where we come together in a group, maybe 10, 12, 100, 1,000 people for a convention of light workers, light deceivers, light receivers, light transmitters. What will we come together as? Lovers. Not lovers in law, but lovers in love. And no one can violate us because we are no longer fragile. And we no longer wear the demeanor of hope for acceptance. We're no longer walking into a room trying to see if we fit there, or if we can survive all the conversation, or maybe even enjoy it. We're not walking in assessing whether someone's affluent, powerful, in some position by what they wear, what they say, the jewelry they wear, the leather, the brass, the glass on the tables. My friends, I'm Theodore Cottingham. I'm standing in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I lived for 41 years or some such. And this is the city I began channeling in. Channeling first-person love. To receive and flow. A love that never ends and will never depart from you. A love that began to communicate with me, and I began to write the first person words of what I called God then, because I thought God was love, but I differentiate love from unconditional love now. And unconditional love began to communicate with me, and I began to write words with a pen and yellow tablet. Almost every day, and then it became every day. I would write. I would go back to my office then and type them up. And at first, I didn't know what to do with them. I had no precedent for what I was experiencing. And within the words, the message just came. Let me speak. Please don't shut me down. Please don't shut me down. Please don't label me New Age and fear me. Let me love. Let me speak. And I would write them. I would go back and type them. After I typed them, I would read them and ponder what I was experiencing. Then words came within the first few months. Start a school. Start a school. Begin a school for me. Begin a school for me. Begin a school that will birth schools. Begin a school where I can speak. I can teach in every classroom. I can teach so that you're not restricted to the words of man or a textbook or words that have been regurgitated, vomited out many times and re-eaten by the ignorant, and then only reserving them on platters to those who don't know the difference, who never sought original love to know the source before time began. You can know your source. And when you find your source, the source of your creation, the source of you, the source of your existence, the source of the energy of your consciousness, when you find that source, you will find it within you. And you will no longer be afraid of going up in the flames of hell. You will no longer worry about the rejection of those people at that party or your church or your club. You will no longer live in a state of wishing and hoping, like that old song of Dusty Springfield. Tell you the quick story of a friend. Talk about creation and creating, and you being the creator. And love, unconditional love, being a flow. You see, you often, if you listen to me much, you often hear me carry a yellow tablet, a pen with you. That's what I did. Every car, almost every room in the house. To value the thoughts that come, that you let come to create. I have a friend that years ago she was in a different vocation entirely, but she began to write little stories for kids. And occasionally I would hear one. They were magnificent. I mean, and so often funny. I mean, laughing out loud funny. And then as when she would begin to tell the story, she would begin to articulate funny with many unusual expressions and changing the inflection of words and being humorous And yet these things were really powerful. And then she began to create stories that would anthropomorphize things, like where nickels and dimes and pennies would talk to each other and share stories between them. All of this comprising a story. The creativity was, I was in awe of it. So of course, I really encouraged her to write more. Write more. And they kept coming and coming and coming. And then she quit. I said, friend, oh my gosh. If you can't take time to write all that stuff, record it. Record all these stories. Well, she finally got a recorder and she began to record. But it became laborious. And soon she stopped. And you probably know what I'm going to say before long. Those ideas didn't come anymore. My friend, love, unconditional love is a flow. Creativity is a flow. Wisdom is a flow. Knowledge is a flow. Understanding has to be shared. You can't be reclusive anymore and study mnemonics, because I'm asking you to be the royal you, the regal you, the knowledgeable you, the creator of you, creating you again to be without fear, without worry, and no longer without the knowledge of who you are. No longer without the knowledge of your origin. No longer worried about your future, because you know it's in the hands of love and you are one of many. No longer praying to some unitary, iconic figure of God to do all these things for you. Prayer becomes something else. Prayer becomes a surrender, a status, a state, a surrender to begin to let love flow interchangeably, no longer an alternating current, no longer in duality. When you see love, when you see real love, I don't know what you may do. Every time I encounter unconditional love, I weep. My eyes will tear up. Many times I've written on a yellow pad, with tears dripping off of my face, the words that I've channeled. I'm asking you to learn to channel love and to no longer worry about a stray word, an error, where you get something wrong, or you write the opposite. You write now instead of not, or not instead of now. It's okay. Begin. My prayer, even now, my prayer, my desire. Is my desire prayer or prayer desire? Even now I desire greatly for my friend to begin writing again. You're not limited to the life that you have lived up to now. Pardon me. You are not limited. But to unlimit you, to untether you, to take your chains off, to begin living by your words that come through you, your mouth, your intellect, your intelligence, your consciousness, your garden. You begin to take your hands off a lot of things that you thought you were responsible for. Many of you resigned from a lot of positions that took your time, kept you in conflict, took your time, and in so doing, took your life from you. You know, the only thing that conflict may want is more conflict. It's insatiable. Turmoil wants turmoil. Hate wants to hate, be hate, spread hate. But I come to love. And I come to love you into leadership. If you will led be by no one else but you. I lead you, I give you words. I teach many lessons on YouTube. 2,400 lessons, searchable online this day. You can go search them. Search for neonics. Search for love. Search for sex. Search for anything you want to in that database and see what it comes up with. And my website is my name, TheodoreCottingham.com. And there's a link to Meonics Covenant. I teach Meonics. It's growing. And I'm growing learning groups who will no longer be groupies for faith, groupies for religion. I'm starting learning groups that may come together. You may have lived all your life thinking, oh, it's a sin to do this, that, or the other. It's a sin to wear a short dress. It's a sin to drink wine, have a sidecar, enjoy Manhattan. But my friend, unconditional love doesn't have many rules. Not many rules at all. In fact, you can hardly find them. Unconditional love. Communicates. Unconditional love respects each other. Unconditional love is no longer trying to impress each other. There's another way to live, and that's my message for this day. So as you give thanksgiving, I ask you to be thankful for you and to be thankful for unconditional love and begin to understand that I am is one of many ones who communicate across time and space intangibly and not. And we are becoming the original race of light upon this earth that existed before light had photons. See, love, please know that unconditional love is not powerless. It is not jealous. It is not brutal. Keeps no record of wrongs. Respects every person. It knows its power. It learns its place. It cares about manners at the dinner table. It cares about including everybody in the conversation. It includes making everyone feel welcome who's there. Unconditional love does not seek to sit at the head of the table or enforce protocols of religion or what some pastor, preacher, or teacher has taught you in the past. Originate love this day and love each other. Love you. Care about your writing. Determine your priorities. Lead you out of the faith to serve and be servants to something else and subjugate yourself no longer to a man's law, a patriarchal system. I lead love to be it. And who am I? That little guy. I live in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I walk the streets every day as a common, ordinary guy. I get up, have my coffee, try to wake up, ponder a little while, surrender. I'm no longer a man of prayer. I'm a woman of surrender in a man's body. Because I have a womb. And my womb does not produce materiality. My womb does not form people from the dust of the earth. My womb matures light, receives light. It's caressed by light. And I learn light in times of communion, where I surrender and I ponder and I let there be light in me. And I ponder and I inquire and I ask. But I'm not asking someone else. I'm asking me. I inquire, but not like I used to ask God or a question in a class. It's not me and you. It's not me and them. It's me as an equal. Crucial to understanding the revelation of love. Let this mind be in you that thinks it's not robbery to be equal with God if you think God is love. The all-powerful Creator. Let that same mind be in you. And the way you acquire the mind of light is to grow it. And you grow it by receiving the seed of the Word, and learning to flow it. Picking up your pen and writing on a yellow tablet, typing it into a block so that other people can see it and criticize you, condemn you, banish you from their friendship circle. Yep, that's right. There's a risk in growing up. There's a risk. There's a risk to drive your car, to grow up, giving up your go-kart, giving up your training wheels, giving up your big wheel. You're no longer in a baby carriage being pushed around. You're a creator. All of us are creators. And the love of light will no longer banish us from our kingdom. Our kingdom, our consciousness. And we will no longer walk in the consciousness of complete fools, insisting the world was made in 24 hours, or the Word of God is stuck in a book, and we can't hear and we can't do miracles when we are all creators. And I lead leadership school. I lead leadership school to get off your ass. And become what? Love in two shoes. A woman. Feminine. Feminine divine. Feminine before deity existed as such. Because there is a nature and a character of nurture. And a nature and a character of reproduction. Of perfect divine, unconditional love that creates, that constructs, that removes the veil so that you begin to see, feel, and become unequal with that which you used to worship, because it was wholly divine and separate. You're unequal. Don't be unequal. Be the original you, the original individual, unique you, the one that I love. Who loves? We all love when we begin to know who we are. So the little people, the ignorant people, assess, critique, compartmentalize, categorize. They're worthless. They have no money. They're next to Skid Row. Oh, and those people, they filed bankruptcy. Oh, they're divorced. They're this, they're that. Those are little people. Shallow people. People that live a lie. And I'm asking you to lie no more with the lies. My name, pardon me. My name is Theodore Cottingham. I'm cold. My name is TheodoreCottingham.com. My name is Love in Two Shoes. For you, this day, to wear that name of the one mind, of the one many-membered one, the one that you begin to see you are no longer separate from, and that you begin to grow your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and ability to comprehend the incomprehensible, to know the unknowable, to be the ineffable, to be the very substance, no longer in some kind of existential crisis, no longer subjugated by man or mankind's mind, no longer limited to a patriarchal system, no longer misogynistic. Love people for who they are. Love them all. Love them all. Be kind, tender, patient, loving. Command you? Do I command you? No. Do I have any commands for you? Love each other. Love you first. Unconditionally. Worry not about the future or the past. Forgive, forgive, forgive. Harbor no grudge. Give no one control of your mind or your energy. Don't fuel any conflict. Become unmagnetic so that the law of attraction is no more controlling you. You're no more computing what you see by the algorithms of what you perceive as shape, sound, critique, acceptance, or rejection. Those things no longer model the values of what you live by. No longer give your energy to conflict, to peril, to a veil. You see, when you quit energizing the veil, it begins to dematerialize. The very molecules of the fabric begin to come apart. And material possessions don't really mean as much. Though you can have them, you can enjoy them. You can acquire them. You can really appreciate other people having them too. But in this process, you're beginning to realize, know, understand, and become the creators. You see, this is the school of creation. You're becoming leadership to lead your leadership path. And yours is unique. Yours is not like anybody else's. You have unique words, experiences. And only you can validate you. Only you. Not the people in the room that you want their acceptance. That you want them to come up and talk to you and initiate. That you walk into a room so timidly. They are not the validators of you. You are the validator of you, to know who you are. Confident in you. No matter what you have thought of you in the past. Live in the derision of you no longer. No longer take your energy walking into a room where the crown of your light, where you throw it at their feet, hoping that they see you as acceptable. So much to share. There's so much to care about. And really there is so much to uncare about. To no longer carry any burden of shame, burden of guilt. Don't even carry the burden of ignorance any longer. Let there be light in you this day. Let there be love at your table, your coffee table, or wherever you meet, even if your kitchen floor is dirt. I've been in some houses. They didn't have floors. It was all dirt. You probably have too. Love. Love is the creation of love. If it's unconditional love. Unconditional love is its creation, and you are the creator of it. Be led no more by people who want to lead you to stay under them and to tell you what to do. Make your decisions for you. Tell you what's acceptable and not. Leave them. Take the first exit. Live love and find love. Be open to love. The love that I'm talking about. Unconditional love. And there are people all over this earth ready for this message because they already know this message. And many are living this message, whether they have the complete picture or the right term or the terms that I use or not. Many are coming together. So when you come together in this school, if you come to Eureka Springs, if you come to a seminar or convention I'm at, or that I speak at or I lead, I expect different behavior. I expect a different energy because I bring it, I live it, I love it. I speak it, and I ask you to create it because you choose the energy you create with. When you're the one sitting in that couch, drinking fine wine from crystal, and somebody walks into that room in that party, and they're not dressed like you. They don't have finery that you have. And you can tell they are uncomfortable, maybe even afraid to be there, but they're there. Get up. Go put your arm around them. Welcome them. Tell them your name. Extend your hand. Give them a hug. Be love to them. Be love and let your love tear down the walls. I'm sorry. Open doors for people. Be respectful, kind, and joyful. Care about your words. And be the lovers. Meonics is what I teach. I'm a teacher of meonics. You can study meology in my school. Meons. The turning on of this energy that I speak of, that I teach of, that is transcendent, that tears down the veil, annihilates worry, fear, and all that is caused by it. Heal you this day in your love of you, with your love for you and each other, entering the equality of the unlimited mind, the infinite consciousness of all creators, becoming one, creating again, changing how we influence people and each other, and even ourselves, how we feel. I love you. I go now. Go get some hot coffee and try to warm up. You can write me at Box 34 in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. My email is Theodore Eureka @gmail.com. And my website is my name, TheodoreCottingham.com. I love you. Share these words. Live them, love them. Love them. Remember them. Care about them. Let my words be words to prime your pump, so the water of truth begins to flow through you, and you begin to write, blog, create outlines, make videos just like this. You've got a YouTube channel, I guess. Hope you do. Start playing with it. Explore. Don't be timid. Be nimble. Nimble? Check out the word nimble in the Neonics Covenant. The nimble heart. Be the lovers of love. And I thank you. I appreciate you listening and sharing this day. I've written a book, Jesus the Pattern. You can find it at this moment. At this moment, you can download it free. I'm thinking about making a printing of some printed copies. I don't know if I'll do that. And I don't know how much they'll be. If you want one, you can let me know. I love you, and I go now, and I ask you to write. I ask you to complete your training and never become passive again. To sit under a pew and accept anything that tells you you are not the creator of you, and let the living word flow through you to be who you really are. Crown yourself with light, so that your substance is love, unconditionally. For the people who walk into that room with you, whether they appear to be arrogant or scared to death, just be you. Don't cater to the whims of other people, nor what they want you to be. I'm asking for you to flow you. Be the river of pure light. And let your love condemn you no more, nor anybody else's words. I go. Maybe have a convention, a seminar, or something soon, somewhere. I mention a lot of things. And there are many times I'm inviting you to initiate new writing, new creation, new courses. I'm asking you to initiate. Do you want to come to a seminar? Do you want to have a conference? What would you like addressed? I've given you ways to communicate with me, and I've asked you, invited you multiple times, in many ways, day after day. This is a leadership school, a school of creation. It's time to act. It's time to take your robe off of you that has been fabricated by the words of other people, the protocols of the religious, and be who you really are. Initiate. Write an email. It's just not that hard. Write what you want. Write what's happening to you. Write. And don't limit it to the cognitive features of your rational mind. Neonics is an adventure. And if you come into Meonics to study Meonics with me, through my teaching, to release yours, to create yours, to be the creator you really are, it's an adventure. And as Astrid on the TV show Astrid, that I like so much, says, and I'll tell you, you're competent. You're qualified. Begin. I love you. I love you all. Love each other. Give each other hugs. Sometimes in moments like this, it's hard to go. It's hard to stop. Sometimes it's like, I think, I can feel your heart. It's up to you, love, to pull down that veil and quit worrying, harbor no guilt, and let love flow. And be thankful for you and whoever sits at your table and whoever doesn't sit at your table. Become I am. Choosing you. The choice is yours. Choose you. You're the chosen one. You're the one I look for. You? I'm looking for me. Me? Lovers. Lovers who will love each other equally. The I am. And realize we're all one. TheodoreCottingham.com. TheodoreEureka@gmail. I love you. Initiate. Initiate. Don't do nothing. Begin to communicate with your neighbors, communicate with people. You may know 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 other people who may appreciate this message. Write them, love them, send them the link. Start a share group. Start a book club. Begin with Jesus the pattern. Don't do nothing because you're special. And let everybody know they are too. Thanks. Be the powerful you, in love with you. Good day. See you later. Hey, push the red button sometimes. Make a recording. Even if you just play in your backyard. Get a tripod. Press the button. Camera. Press the video. Press the red button and start talking. Just start talking. Do something. Buy the tripod. Get the little brace to hold your phone. Press the button. If you don't like it, delete it. You may surprise yourself as you begin to pull down that veil and take steps toward leadership, being the leader you really are. In the school of creation, you may create a new leader that looks just like you. No longer afraid to walk into that room with all those people because you become more confident about who you are and what flows through you. No longer limited to your rational mind. Be the unconditional lover. Thanks. Good day. Tell me your story. Share what you like. Just begin. Begin to let love, the energy of unconditional love flow through you and however you do it. Thanks. Good day. And if you want to be in a seminar 1 day, 3 day, 5 day, whatever, I don't know, share, speak, find your voice, and lift up love. And remember, pure living, unconditional love never creates the veil. See ya. Good day.